Alright guys, check this out. I think you're gonna love this one. We're talking about the Euro versus the Canadian, which I had pulled the trigger on this one probably about 4 or 5 days ago, right? And I did that because we noticed that price was breaking a major support level, which was for us, it was a pivotal point. That's how important that level was. 47.59, and we've been talking about this key level for quite some time in relation to the Euro Canadian, and everything here actually we're following up with this downside move ever since the beginning of it, right? Ever since price was touching base here on the top resistance, the mighty resistance of 59.20, which was, by the way, was not really broken because that setup is coming from the monthly chart, so you can easily filter out the noise on the monthly chart. And when price began to turn around, we knew that we're possibly looking at a full-fledged downside reversal, a downside trend that could end up easily at 43.92. From the I'm talking long-term perspective, of course. Let's have a quick look on that monthly chart. So we're talking about that black system for now. We're talking about the black setup here, right? This is the moment of the turnaround, right? Of the touchdown on that 59.20. Take a look at what a massive reaction. And of course, later on, we've seen the downside reversal. Now, this downside move, which was, like I said, this is the long-term cycle. We're talking about a move from this point all the way to the lower section, right? Could happen, could take a long time actually to manifest. We're talking months over, basically it could take like a year or two even. So we knew that we have to break down that move into at least 3 segments. So we've had the first segment going down, then we had a pretty impressive upside correction, exactly, by the way, exactly, you can check it out, 61.8 Fibonacci correction to the first segment, of course, right? And now I think we're looking at the third segment. We're right in the middle of it, and we're probably going to end up in the lower section and complete the leg. That's going to be a full leg. Right, that's going to be leg number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be number 5. That's what we're expecting here. However, there was that obstacle of 47.59, which I was concerned about. And now that we've seen it's been broken, we think price is ready. It's ripe for the next move, which means everything from this point all the way to 43.92. And you can see that my price target is already placed right here on that spot, right? Now, let me show you what happened over the last few days. Also, really interesting stuff. You can actually see that when I was pulling the trigger, I was probably about 5 or 6 days ago, price went down for the first day, right? And what I did was, well, I actually pulled the trigger the second time, and then it reversed, right? It reversed, and that was quite expected. To be honest, I thought price could easily come back to that 47.59 just to retest it from below. It's it's typical, right? We know that it does happen quite often. So I wasn't surprised at all to see that move on the upside, and I didn't budge, right? I didn't nudge. I didn't change anything on that position. I held my ground because I knew the 47.59 could pose a serious resistance, and it did, right? So you can see that touchdown here that was just a couple of days ago. You can see how price was trying to slice that 47.459 here, but bounced back with a lot of force, just showing you what type of pressure is coming from that area. Now we see the full capitulation taking place right now as we speak, and that is, of course, good news for us who holds short position on the Euro Canadian. Now we're gonna try and build up a decent sized position going downwards. We just want to make sure that price can surpass the previous local low here, and then we'll begin to push for bigger and bigger position going all the way to our final destination, 43.92. So basically we expect another 300 pip on the move here, Euro Canadian, on the downside, of course. Stop loss level, guys, 49. I haven't touched that already, but if we'll see some negative momentum starting to kick in, we might begin to adjust the stop loss level accordingly. Obviously, we would like to stay above 47.59 for now, right? That's our protective level. All right, guys, that's pretty much about that. Euro Canadian looking pretty good on the downside. We'll see you next Monday.